It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 292. Tom Crawford, my longtime radio partner, Bluebelly Tom. He's co-host of The Drive with Jack and Tom, weekdays from 3 to 6. The Spotlight Radio Network, heard worldwide. jackandtom.com. Tom, that was a big night for you on Thursday with two Michigan players going in the top 12.
Yeah, and the first round had 5 players getting drafted, all contenders, Super Bowl contenders. That's pretty good for Michigan. So it was a cold weekend, so I did watch a lot of the NFL draft.
Well, we'll talk more about that, Darian. I think it's appropriate that they all went to contenders. They might finally win something.
Assist, Tom Crawford there.
Want to welcome Darian Harris, 5-year MSU linebacker, co-captain of the 2015 Big Ten champions, Big B Coffee brand ambassador, and as of Friday, master's degree holder from Michigan State. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I had to get my classes done early to get ready for this weekend. We had Avengers Endgame open on Thursday, NFL draft starting Thursday night, second round of NBA playoffs, and of course tonight, Battle of Winterfell on Game of Thrones. I had to be ready. I had to have my mind clear to focus on all these things.
He's got his priorities in line, doesn't he?
Priorities rolled up, ready to go.
It's the beauty of doing what we're doing right now. Nobody can tell you anything. As soon as you're done, you can take care of that business. That'll be a good thing. Also want to welcome Doug Warren. He is our Detroit Lions and NFL historian. He is host of Lions Today, weekdays from 2 to 3, just ahead of The Drive on the Spotlight Radio Network. And he is also Director of Sports Programming for the Spotlight Radio Network. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
A lot of people were wondering. I was getting messages.
Better.
I haven't had this many messages about a colleague since 2015. People were worried if Crawford was going to be able to drive back without going off the road.
Yeah, it was round 1. Round 2 a little bit, but what I've been reading about the second round pick for the Lions, I feel a little bit better about it.
Okay. They did say, they told Quinn, if you don't pick defensive players in rounds 2 and 3, Doug Warren is driving right down. He's going to whip your butt.
Yeah, they got plenty of defense, which is what I wanted them to do. So we'll see if these guys work out. 9 picks.
Yeah, we'll talk about all of them, and we're going to break down the draft. We're going to talk about Michigan State's selections and free agent signees. We'll talk about the University of Michigan's draft haul. We'll talk about the rest of round 1. And we're going to talk about pro basketball, one of the most amazing moments in NBA history. And hey, we're on to round 2 of the playoffs. A couple games today that were certainly worth watching. We'll be right back with our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis, coming up next.
It's rare for a window company to celebrate 75 years.
And it's absolutely unheard of to offer 75 months no interest. This is it. Wallside 75 months no interest is coming to an end. Plus, with half off every window, you can afford to do the entire house. All contracts must be signed by Wednesday, May 8th. This offer cannot be extended. So call now, 1-800-521-7800.
Let's kick. Vanilla ice. It takes two to make a thing go right.
Welcome, everyone, to the epicenter. Come on in. The role of the modern-day church is absolutely critical because it fills a void in our community that no other institution can. No matter what your issues or questions in life, I want you to email me at thelovedoctor517@gmail.com, and you'll get your answers during our Love Doctor Bounce Back TV segments. I'll see you soon.
Watch Live PD Police Patrol weeknights at 10 on My 47.4.
Team spirit. Face paint. more cowbell. Dean Trailway's Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. I'm talking about chicken shawarma with baked breast meat and hummus made fresh in a 3-day process. You can also find Woody's at MSU's International Center and in every cafeteria and coffee shop on campus.
I'm just ready to get into the playbook. I'm ready to, start a foundation and figure out what's happening in the offense. And I'm just excited to get started. I'm gonna come to work. I'm gonna come to work every day. I'm gonna do everything I can to help make this team better. You're starting at the bottom of the totem pole. You got to work your way through it, and you got to earn the respect of everyone in the locker room by going to work and doing everything you can. And I'm ready to learn.
There you see T.J. Hawkinson with Tori Petrie of DetroitLions.com. Doug Warren, how did the Lions' choice of a tight end with the number 8 overall pick affect your opinion of the mighty Quinn? And if Hawkinson doesn't work out, how long will Quinn be employed in Allen Park?
Well, if they blow this pick, I think it's a couple of years. They'll broom everybody out. They got to make the playoffs this year. 6-10 is not acceptable. And I think they understand that. They haven't shied away from that. But the Hawkinson pick, picking a tight end in the first round is a luxury pick. I've heard people compare him to Heath Miller. Well, Heath Miller was drafted in 2005 by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were a playoff team, a contender, who actually went to the Super Bowl in his first year and won the Super Bowl in Detroit. That's the kind of pick that a team that's a contender makes. When you're rebuilding like the Lions, I thought there was much more value at other positions, especially with Ed Oliver on the board, and a guy who I like a lot. I think he's going to be great for the Steelers, who traded up 10 spots to get him, Devin White from Pittsburgh. Or Devin Bush, excuse me.
We'll talk more about him in just a minute.
Right.
But dealing with the Lions picks, Tom, we know that the New England Patriots love tight ends. And Patriots West, when you think that the Lions took T.J. Hawkinson, and they're not going to have T.J. Lang, they don't have T.J. Duckett, they have a T.J. somewhere on the roster, could he become Detroit's best tight end since Charlie Sanders?
Well, it's possible. I mean, this is the third tight end since 2009. I feel the third time is the charm, right? This is the third time they've gone to that. I know it's a luxury pick, like Doug said. 6'5", 251, like it says right there, and a really good blocker. And I think you could add a little more girth to that. I think he's going to be good. Every time I watched BTN Live on Saturday night, he was catching touchdown passes. Yeah. So that's my takeaway when I think about him. But I'm
he
with
blew
Doug.
by Noah Fant, who when we were in Chicago was the big story.
And he's a lot better player. He's a two-way player. He blocks and catches. So I think it's a good pick in that regard. But I agree with Doug. They really needed a D-line.
Darian, what is it about the tight end position that keeps NFL teams from drafting one? And why is it they never seem to have good rookie years? Even the ones who make it, they start slow.
Yeah, I think tight end is a position that takes a little bit to groom in the NFL, but everybody's trying to find the next Rob Gronkowski. Everybody's trying to find the next everybody in the NFL. I mean, obviously, Gronkowski retired going into this next year, but he was the best position player in all of football when he was healthy. Yeah. You think about, George Kittle and what he's doing, another Iowa tight end. You think about, obviously, Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz, Tyler Eifert when he's healthy. I mean, the list goes on and on about tight ends and what they can do for your quarterback and for your offense. So I think that's what gravitates teams towards tight ends, and you can find that next big-time two-way in terms of blocking and receiving tight end. You got a staple in your offense for years to come.
Maybe Matthew Stafford will find that out. He hasn't had one who played tight end without wearing boxing gloves. It's a problem. Doug, taking a look at all 9 of the Lions picks, who were the best and which was the worst selection?
Well, I mean, the worst selection, you know how I feel about number 1. He's going to have to be an all-pro to justify that pick. Maybe he will be. The pick I like the best, round 3, Will Harris. Is a guy that, you know, they're going to plug and play. He's probably going to be a starter from day 1, I would imagine. One of those in-the-box safeties in that 5 defensive back package that they want to have. Amani Oyuwarie from Penn State was a great pick in round 5. They're picking size on defense. They want big defensive players. The guy in round 7, P.J. Johnson from Arizona, he's 6'4", 335 pounds, so he's going to be the understudy to Snacks Harrison moving forward and try to, you know, be the heir apparent to that Lions run defense. The round 7, Mike Griffith talks about the tight end. Isaac Nada from Georgia. He said that it was a steal to get him at that point.
Another tight end.
Yeah.
Well, they're going 2 tight ends.
And they got Jesse James, so you know, now they got 3 of them.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do, they're going to try to replicate what the Patriots did with Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
But the production that those guys had their first 3 years together, 362 receptions, 4,600 yards, and 56 touchdowns. They were drafted together as rookies. That's going to be hard to duplicate. If the Lions get half that kind of production, that would probably be considered a success.
And Amani Oyuwarie, Tom, we saw him in Chicago.
I remember him. Fun young man.
A lot of big plays. He had a big drop against Michigan State just before the game-winning touchdown. Thank you very much, Amani. But other than that, I think that he's the kind of guy who can come in. Lions got a lot of people they think are going to be able to slide in and contribute. In some way, this is a team that feels sorely in need of depth. So a lot of players, not just the starters, are important for this team. We'll be right back. Our Going Green segment up next, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet.
This month, the Graf Minimum Trade event is back. The best selection of SUVs, crossovers, and trucks are all on sale this month at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. We've got a great selection of Silverados, Colorados, Equinox, Traverse, and the all-new Blazer.
Get a 2019 Equinox front-wheel drive just $186 a month, or drive a new Traverse LS just $206 a month.
The Graf Minimum Trade event, this month only. Find your new Chevy today at Graf Chevrolet, next to Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The student bookstores are Green and White Shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Big Bang Carter prototype Sheldon. The Big Bang Theory. 5 nights a week.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20 pound $10, 35 pound $15, and 50 pounds $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
Dad got the dignity toward the end that really hit a note with his family.
The staff that we work with, they are kinder than expected. They go above and beyond. They're patient-focused. They always try to have fun in what they're doing.
The staff and everybody here were just beyond 5-star. I would recommend Pleasant View any day of the week.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20 pound $10, 35 pound $15, and 50 pounds $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet. 105 years in Okemos. And Graf Nissan next door on West Grand River in Okemos. They'll take great care of you as they have on all 6 of my leases and purchases. Go green, go Graf.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores!
you see a play that we haven't shown that play in at least 3 weeks?
I don't see the relevancy. I'm
Kari
sorry.
Willis. Did you see?
Oh,
Kari Willis was the first guy that Jalen Watts Jackson screamed, "Get off of me!" Right?
Any opportunity to show that clip, you are all about it.
I mean, how many guys can be involved in the greatest play in college football history
600
and then
times.
come back and get drafted?
600 times it's been on press pass.
Yeah, well, he's also got a chance to get victories in a building he's already won in, right? The Big Ten championship. So that's a good thing. Darian, what does it say that half of the Michigan State secondary, in Justin Lane and Kari Willis, selected in the first half of this year's draft? And what are the chances that Justin and Kari make the teams and stick around for a while?
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit before the show. Just certain schools have a way of developing certain positions. I mean, Iowa and tight ends, that's like a match made in heaven. Michigan State and defensive backs. You think about the amount of DBs that have been drafted or stuck on as undrafted free agents. You think about the two first rounders in Darqueze Dennard and Trey Waynes, and then it goes on and on from there. I think they'll absolutely stick. I think Justin Lane kind of slipped a little bit based on where he was thinking he was going to go and where we thought he was going to go. So he'll go into Pittsburgh, which I think is a great spot for him to be in with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And I think Kari elevated himself with his combine and senior day performance, and obviously how he interviewed well and went even higher than maybe some people, except Mel Kiper, kind of suspected him to be. Mel kind of had that pegged as where Kari was going to be taken. So I think Kari might be a day one starter. Justin Lane has an opportunity to be that as well. I think they'll play for a long time.
A couple other guys in that same secondary we'll be talking about a year from now, I'm guessing, in Dowell and Scott.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think those two guys are locks to be drafted as well.
Doug, Lane left early and was ready to do that. Captain Kari stuck around as long as he could and did it a different way. Shows a lot of different ways to get to the cheese.
Yeah, absolutely. And these guys, both of them, tremendous winners in college, a great defense, and as Darian said, well coached. And Michigan State's developed that reputation now, and moving forward, next year you could see a couple of defensive linemen as well going early in the draft, maybe even first-round picks moving forward. But there's lots of different ways, and a lot of times guys just need to get an opportunity. And Kari Willis is going into a great situation, another great draft for the Colts, and to take him in the 4th round, that says a lot about them because they're doing a great job of talent evaluation, 2 great drafts in a row for the Colts.
Every season now since 1940 that they played, and with Michigan it's 38. So, these programs have got stability. They know how to get guys ready for the pros. Tom, taking a look at the Michigan State players who did not get drafted, but were free agent candidates, 4 of them have had a chance to sign.
Right.
Looking at them, which one has the best chance of making a team and contributing in, let's say, the next 3 years?
Well, Felton Davis, the injury thing is such a wild card. I'm not going to touch that one. Andrew Dowell, though, 3-year starter at linebacker. I mean, that guy seems like he's been playing it forever. I could see him. I mean, he's a good player, and I could see him have a shot. LJ is interesting, though, with the Ravens because running back, you just don't know if he can fit. I mean, the potential's there. I mean, we've seen some brilliant play out of LJ, so maybe he would be a close second on him.
Darian, I'm thinking Felton Davis now, good spot. The way Kansas City throws it around. We don't know about Tyreek Hill. He could be gone. He's got a chance to make it. We'll be right back. And the big picture up next, we'll be talking about Michigan and other players around the Big Ten.
Birchfield Park's Exploring Nature Day Camp Enrollment is now open for kids aged 5 to 12. Learn about nature through your senses by touching the bark of a tree or swimming in a pond on a hot summer day with activities, crafts, and games. Visit pk.ingham.org for more info.
Congratulations to Ryan Cottingham on winning the National NAIA Coach of the Year.
Go Cougars!
You've heard the gimmicks. Push, pull, drag, double your tax return, more than Blue Book on your trade, blah, blah, blah. If you just want a new car with no hassles, then check out Team1Charlotte.com. Any car, any budget, no gimmicks. And we will double your down payment. That's not a gimmick, that's real.
At Ingham County Parks, we have a picnic shelter for every occasion. From birthday parties to open houses, family reunions, company picnics, and so much more. To reserve a shelter or to check availability, call 517-676-2233 today.
Get the lowdown from TMZ, weeknights at 7 on My 47.4.
Think David can defeat Goliath.
Think again. This Goliath isn't just bigger or faster. She wants it more. So let the Davids take aim. Because once they come face to face with this Goliath, they'll quickly realize they never had a chance.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Trailways. With trips for every season, Dean takes care of the details so you can enjoy the experience, including daily casino runs and great getaways to Northern Michigan and Chicago, where Doug Warren and I were in August for the NFL Legends Classic. That's Dean Trailways, your favorite ride. University of Michigan, well represented in the draft, and there is the Scuff Master himself.
Just want to make sure his spikes are operating properly.
Right, just cleaning them out, right? Devin Bush before the game with a famous tantrum, and he shows he also has some kicking ability if they chose to use him that way. But he went on and had an amazing season.
Thursday night swag, I have even more problem with. What the hell was that thing?
Amazing career. Yeah, the outfit he wore to me was.
How did he put it on?
You know, I don't know, man. Darian could look good at that, but I don't know too many guys who could do that. All right, Tom, you have talked about Devin Bush as being as good as any linebacker.
Better than any linebacker I've ever seen.
Better
in that
has ever
stadium.
worn a yellow and blue.
Yeah, without question.
All right. What about the opportunity he has now with the Steelers, who wanted him so much? They traded up 10 spots to get him.
Yeah.
Lost a couple of draft choices in the process, but they got their guy.
They got their guy, and it's a great pick. And I think Devin Bush is going to follow the path of Lamar Woodley as far as a former Michigan player having that kind of relevancy in that Steeler organization. So I'm expecting great things out of Devin Bush. The other, though, first round pick, Rashawn Gary, Rashawn's been a head scratcher for me his whole career at Michigan. I mean, he's got. I mean, you know, obviously he's a talented guy, and the NFL experts think he's terrific, so he must be good. But when he had these double team situations, which he did a lot, he never was able to overcome a lot of those. I'd watch him up close, and I know it's hard to be double team, but I'm just, you know, sometimes I wonder about how good he is. Right. I really don't know. It's going to be interesting how that resonates into the NFL.
3.5 sacks his senior year for a guy who was as touted as anyone coming out of high school. Doug, you've said that you like Chase Winovich better.
Yeah.
And he might have a great opportunity now with the Patriots.
Yeah.
What do you think about the way he'll fit in, and is he a Patriots player?
Well, I think he fits in many ways. I mean, he's a guy who's just a playmaker. He's got a high motor. He's a football guy. It's just that typical Patriots pick. I think they're going to plug and play him, and he'll be great in that defense. You know, and I think that as far as what the Lions did with Will Harris, it's the same type of thing. They got a plan, and they're just going to stick to it. Right. Will Harris is going to be an in-the-box defender, probably that third defensive back to play with Quandre Diggs and Tavon Austin.
Why couldn't they have taken Chase Winovich in round 2? They got a linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, I think they
got a linebacker who's a lot slower.
Yeah.
Than Chase Winovich.
That's a good point,
I
Zach.
think, yeah, that's a good point. I think Tavai might be a little more versatile. That's probably why. They want to have a guy who can drop into coverage as well as rush, and they want a guy who's going to be able to play in that middle of that defense, a middle linebacker, because I still think they're going to move Jared Davis to the outside. and have Jelani Tavai play in that middle of that defense. So that's probably why I think they did. I feel a little bit better about the second-round pick after researching it than I did, when it happened.
And David Long, he went just before Justin Lane.
To the Rams.
Right? Yep. So they might still have some other players who get a chance as free agents too. Darian, U of M and MSU kept their streaks alive. Since the common draft began, which is kind of a benchmark for beginning modern pro football history, 1967, there were 5 schools on the list of having a player drafted every year. 3 from the Big Ten now, Michigan, Michigan State, Nebraska, Florida, USC. Oops, one is gone. Bye-bye, Cornhuskers.
They'll be back.
What does this say? What does this mean?
I just think it shows how incredible of a stat that is and how hard it is to have guys and players drafted year in and year out, despite the fact that you have a player drafted every single year since the common era. I mean, that's an unbelievable stat to now have 4 schools that are in that category now. It's unbelievable. I mean, last year it was a question about Michigan State, what was going to happen, and they take Brian Allen. Obviously, he gets to play for a Super Bowl.
Right.
This year was pretty cut and dry. It was going to have 1, if not 2, or maybe a few others drafted. It ended up being 2 for Michigan State and obviously a few for Michigan as well. Next year will be a lock for both of those schools also. Right. So, I think all streaks come to an end eventually. It's just going to kind of be a last school standing type of situation with obviously Nebraska getting knocked off the list.
Think we'll ever have a year coming up when Alabama doesn't have anyone taken?
No, not in the near future, but
Or double figures every year.
Yeah,
Ohio State, 1998, didn't have a player taken.
Really?
Knocked them off the list.
It's crazy to think about for sure.
Yeah.
So it'll happen eventually. Saban's getting up there in age. He's going to be done soon, and it's just sports. It'll happen eventually, just not anytime soon.
Right. Well, the Big Ten did well, was represented well in this draft, and not just with Nick Bosa at number 2, but going all the way through all 7 rounds. You tell there was a lot of respect there. We will be back in just a minute, and we're going to have our Feeling a Draft segment. We're going to talk about all of round 1, Kyler Murray and company, and who did well, and who's going to regret some choices they made. We'll be right back.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Team spirit, face paint, more cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Download the Fox 47 News app and stay connected everywhere you go.
I love that Discount Carpet is local. The selection is outstanding. Their helpfulness, their friendliness. Discount Carpet has the best pricing and installation in town.
From selection to service and even price, Discount Carpet has it all.
Come out to Feitner Boatlifts and Docks in Charlotte. Visit our manufacturing showroom and see our excellent selection of sectional, rolling, and floating docks and dock accessories. Dock specials run until the end of April. Feitner Boatlifts and Docks, where our products make your memories.
Every day's a sale day at Haylett Auto and RV Supercenter. Haylett Auto and RV has 15 acres of RVs, horse trailers, utility trailers, cars, trucks, and vans. If you're into camping, Haylett's has it. Tent campers to motorhomes and everything in between. Haylett's even offers rentals so you can try it before you buy it. Just reserve, rent, and relax at Haylett's Auto and RV Supercenter. View their inventory 24/7 at HaletRV.com. Hightail it to Halet Auto and RV Supercenter in Coldwater.
With the 6th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Daniel Jones, quarterback, Duke.
So they do love a quarterback, and it's the kid from Duke. Daniel Jones is coming to New York.
With the 15th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Dwayne Haskins, quarterback, Ohio State.
He is from Maryland. As you can see, he's Maryland through and through.
Quarterback day. Top of the draft started with Kyler Murray, two-sport phenom, and decided, hey, I'm going to play football, and Arizona Cardinals are glad for it. So are the Miami Dolphins, by the way, who now have Josh Rosen.
Yeah, true.
Got him with a late pick in second round, and he was number 10 overall last year. But Doug, when you think about the Giants, what were they thinking with the Senior Bowl MVP Daniel Jones? I mean, the reaction from the people in New York.
Yeah.
They always react to draft picks, but this time they were not happy.
It was justified, too.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Dwayne Haskins is just sitting there, okay, I get you twice a year. Just remember that.
Yeah, well, that was the thing the Giants weren't thinking. They let the cat out of the bag early that they liked this guy a lot. Then they got scared. They scared themselves, talked themselves into taking him at 6 when he would have been there at 17.
Right.
And Gettleman's saying now that the GM of the Giants is saying that there were 2 other teams that wanted him. I'd love to know who the hell those teams are. With Haskins
was
on the
Duke
board.
one of them? Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, look, Eli Manning gave him an endorsement. So he played for David Cutcliffe, who was Eli Manning's coach at Ole Miss and Peyton's coach, quarterback coach at Tennessee. So there's that. But did Eli give him the endorsement because he knows he's going to have the job for the next 3 years?
Exactly.
Eli says he wants to keep playing. Dave Gettleman and the Mara family are in love with Eli for some reason. This guy's been a bum for at least 3 years as a quarterback. I don't understand what the hell the Giants are doing. And the Cowboys and the Redskins are thanking them, and the Eagles for that matter, because they clearly don't know what they're doing and they don't have a quarterback.
They got the Manning papal blessing, and that was enough, apparently, in New York. Tom, Dwayne Haskins, when last seen in a Big Ten regular season game.
We got to break that down now.
Put 62 up on the board against an arch rival, and apparently Jay Gruden likes shallow crossers.
Yeah, he got the shallow crossers down to a science. I'll tell you what, though, when Dwayne Haskins came in that 17 game in Ann Arbor when JT got hurt and dropped that one in the trash can 40 yards, so I knew this guy was a special talent, very versatile. 6'3", 230. What a great pick for the Redskins. I mean, he's going to have a great career, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's out of Columbus.
Darian, when you look at the very top of this draft, Kyler Murray, can he do the things that another Oklahoma quarterback did last year as a rookie with the Cleveland Browns? And then you've got Nick Bosa, and he didn't play at all last year, so completely different paths to the top of the draft. As a linebacker, what would you do with Kyler the Styler? How would you stop him? And as a GM, would you tell Nick Bosa to cool it with the social media?
Well, stopping Kyler, I think that because it's the NFL level and everybody's obviously the best in the world at what they do, it's just going to be about disguising pressure, disguising zone coverages. I think that was the talk about him, was how much is he going to study in terms of studying defenses. Then you just got to put pressure on him and put a hat on him at the end of the day. And then when it comes to Nick Bosa, I mean, I think it's just a live and learn situation, unfortunately. What you put on social media becomes your digital footprint, and it's going to be put out there. I don't think it helps his case when the president endorses him over, the number 1 pick in the draft and congratulates the number 2 pick and doesn't congratulate the number 1 pick. It's going to raise questions and eyebrows, warranted or unwarranted. I mean, just at the end of the day, that's just the nature of the society we're in right now. So you got to own up to that at some point. If somebody in the locker room asks you a question, I hope you answer it honestly. But at the end of the day, making plays handles all situations. You go out there and have a 10-sack season as a rookie, all kind of is forgiven, unfortunately.
when you're taken second in the draft, maybe being little brother isn't always a bad thing, right? That's
exactly
something that has worked out all right for the Bosa family, but after that, then they had a run on pass rushers, Doug.
Yeah.
Amazing that Ed Oliver was there until the 9th pick. Buffalo celebrating. I think they just won something.
Yeah, a record number of interior and defensive linemen taken in the first round. No corners taken in the first round for the first time in a long time. That's what this draft was built up to be. It was a great defensive draft, very deep through a bunch of rounds.
Had to go 3/4 of the way through round 1 before there was a running back or a wideout taken. That's never happened before.
Yep.
I couldn't believe the crowd that stayed there till the whole thing in Nashville.
Nashville did
Kudos
very well.
to Nashville.
And Oklahoma, with the number 1 pick in the draft, becomes just the second school to have that back-to-back years. USC did that in the late 60s. Had Ron Yeri and O.J. Simpson. We'll be right back. We're going to talk basketball, Darian. Hoops and horsepower up next in the NBA playoffs.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20-pound, $10, 35-pound, $15, and 50 pounds, $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
At Family and Elder Law of Mid-Michigan, the difference is in our unique estate planning process. We offer up to 3.5 hours of complimentary education and counseling before any decisions are made. We also offer upfront pricing, so there are no hidden surprises.
Whether it's wills, trusts, or long-term care planning, we put you in the driver's seat to create a comprehensive, one-of-a-kind estate plan designed to bring your family together.
From generation to generation, Family and Elder Law of Mid-Michigan is where family matters.
H2O Hydroponics is now your CO2 refill station.
We offer great CO2 refill prices. 20-pound, $10, 35-pound, $15, and 50 pounds, $20.
Brand new aluminum tanks are now in stock.
If you're going to grow, go H2O.
Catch Dateline weeknights at 11 on My 47.4.
This month, the Graf Minimum Trade event is back. The best selection of SUVs, crossovers, and trucks are all on sale this month at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. We've got a great selection of Silverados, Colorados, Equinox, Traverse, and the all-new Blazer.
Get a 2019 Equinox front-wheel drive just $186 a month, or drive a new Traverse LS just $206 a month.
The Graf Minimum Trade event, this month only. Find your new Chevy today at Graf Chevrolet, next to Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos.
The Student Bookstore is your green and white shop headquarters. Outfit your entire family with Spartan gear. We have a large selection of men's, women's, and children's clothing. Show off your Michigan State pride with new shoes, socks, hats, and more. Have your tailgate ready with MSU party supplies, car accessories, and dress your pet in green and white. We have gifts for students, grads, alumni, and fans. From Vera Bradley and Dooney and Burke to diploma frames and more. Always shop SBS for the biggest and best selection of green and white. Go green, go white, go SBS.
Fox Monday. I may be able to help you. There's only one episode left until the Resident season finale.
What's going on here?
I'm here to sell you a kidney.
If it were me, what'd you do?
Anything. Only Resident, then.
911, what is your emergency?
We got two inside, teenage boy and his dad. Where are you going?
Trying to get the kid.
Only 911 after the Resident, Monday on Fox.
Milwaukee was the third-rate offense in the regular season. Here comes a nice offensive rebound by Antetokounmpo, and he jackhammers it in. With Drummond arms out, it's Kennard out of Duke into Drummond, knocked away by Antetokounmpo. Great defense on the move, and he'll slide it off the side and get it to go. And ball, and he's got ice, as you see. Maker picks up his second. Giannis!
This is now a +6 in three-pointers for the Pistons.
Antetokounmpo off balance. Griffin got a Drummond screen, lost the ball. Giannis took it away. Court length feed, athletic catch, puts on the brakes. Got enough room with him. Antetokounmpo got a Bledsoe screen. Now Giannis with the mismatch on Jackson. Now they'll leave him free, and he'll take those long strides right to the rack.
That's hilarious.
How would you like to stop that one, huh? That's Kevin Harlan on the call. That is game 4 and the final game of the Bucks-Pistons series. Went back through, did a lot of work on this week, and the name is pronounced, according to Giannis, as Ada Kumbo. It's got a B on the end, not a P. That's the African
I couldn't get it right the
pronunciation,
first time
right?
anyway. So.
And you call him whatever you want. Just call him Giannis.
Giannis.
Okay, that's enough. Darian, the Pistons were pummeled 4 times by Milwaukee. What can the players take from this, and what should the organization take from it?
I'm not sure if the players can take much from it other than you got an opportunity to play in the playoffs. I mean, we kind of knew this was going to happen. Blake wasn't healthy. They just didn't have enough firepower. I think the organization and the front office, and this might be wishful thinking, but I think they need to really put something together to at least attract somebody. If it's not one of the top marquee free agents, at least bring some guys in, at least bring a guy in that has all-star potential. And I think you can point to the series and point at how Blake Griffin played his tail off.
Yeah.
Left his heart all out there and
He
say,
did.
hey, you can come play for that guy in a great city, and this is how we frame it. I mean, it might be wishful thinking. Everybody says, it's hard to attract a guy to Detroit, but I hear that about every city that's not Los Angeles and New York at the end of the day. And there's players everywhere. So you have to have an opportunity to get somebody to come somewhere. And I think you can point at how Blake played in the series and how he left it all out there and say, hey, you got an opportunity to play for this guy, and he wants it, and if you want it too, we might be able to formulate something.
Doug Warren, even when Blake Griffin is healthy, even when Andre Drummond is on top of his game, which he was for much of the season, but definitely was not in the playoffs, the Pistons don't match up. They're a lower-level playoff team, just hovering around the bubble. What can Dwayne Casey do? And right now he has the NBA's worst perimeter.
Yeah. Well, what Dwayne Casey can do is encourage his front office to get rid of everybody in the backcourt except for Ish Smith. I know that's easier said than done, of course. Andre Drummond's a bum. Get rid of him. I mean, this team sucks, okay? I mean, come on. I said this week it's the worst situation in Detroit. They're worse than the Red Wings. They're worse than the Lions. They're even worse than the Tigers. Okay, you made the playoffs, that's great. You got steamrolled. You have no chance to win anything with these guys on this roster, and Blake Griffin is already 30 years old. He's not going to be around forever either. This team should have tanked this year. Tanking works in the NBA especially, and the fact that they just struggled into the playoffs and the season and the stadium's half empty. Detroit wants winners. If you don't put a team out there that can compete, nobody shows up. They want teams that compete and play hard. If you had 4 or 5 more Blake Griffiths on this team, you'd be great. People would show up and be excited. But this team, it stinks. It's the worst team in Detroit.
If you would like Pistons season tickets, contact Doug Warren. I'm sure he can get it for you.
The owner's an idiot, too. He's the biggest idiot in Detroit.
Maybe
the guy's inebriated at the games. I mean, he's best buddies with Andre Drummond. That's why Drummond's still on this team. You can't have the owner palling around with the guy on the team.
I saw Drummond was ranked as the 7th best center in the NBA this season, right?
You saw him tried to
the rebounding machine.
The attempted flop there in that highlight reel at the beginning. I mean, give me a break.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not going to say he can't play because he can't guard him. Tom, we all got a shock today when
brutal.
The same Milwaukee Bucks lost at home in the Series 2 opener by 22 points to the Celtics, and the best player on the floor was Grand Ledge product Al Horford. How do you see these 4 semifinals playing out, especially a long-awaited Rockets-Warriors rematch?
Well, real quick on the Rockets-Warriors, that's going to be a fist fight. I'm telling you what, there's a lot of tension in that game. It's chippy. I love it. It's everything I want. And even though the Rockets fell short today, I think that's going to be a Game 7 type situation before it's over with. This Celtics thing shocked me. I geared my day to watch this, to watch this game. That was going to be a great game. I blame the Pistons because they were so soft against the Bucks. They probably set them up for failure with
When
this.
you look at the other series, though, all 4 of them, that's going to be some compelling basketball.
Yeah.
I think the Blazers-Nuggets series is
we'll
going
find
to be
out
worth
tomorrow night,
watching.
but I think the Celtics are going to win this thing.
What about the Raptors and the 76ers? One game got out of control. We saw how good one player can be, but we'll be right back with much, much more. Talking baseball up next.
Window World of Lansing, we are the #1 window replacement company backed by the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval for 11 years.
Not only do we stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
Simply the best for last, Window World.
Pub-style baskets have arrived at A&W. Your choice of golden fried cod or our new larger shrimp, served with slaw and a boatload of fries. These baskets of goodness are here for a limited time, so go overboard, only at your local A&W.
Download the Fox 47 Storm Shield app and stay in touch everywhere you go.
Team spirit. Face paint. More cowbell. Dean Trailways Motor Coach takes care of your travel, so you can support your favorite Spartan teams and focus on the important things. Dean Trailways, your favorite ride.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton, South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most.
And here is a thorn for the White Sox. Castellanos, the right fielder.
Castellanos rips one to dead center. Way back in right. Gone! Was hammered. Cabrera sprays it the other way. Back deep is Cordell. That's gone! Waits on the 2-2. Instead, drills it to left. Sending Jimenez back. Way back, and it is home run. Here's the 1-2. Sends one to right center. Deep into the ballpark, and gone!
9-2 lead is an 11-10 deficit right now. Fly ball left field up the bat of Ronnie Rodriguez. Watch it fly! Gone!
It's Tim Anderson, who's got the bat in his hand with 2 out in the 9th. And this ball's drilled deep left field. Gone!
Welcome back to Home Run Derby.
I was embarrassed to say I watched that Friday night.
If you like to see balls fly, you were in business. Team 292, Tigers got off to one of the best starts in the American League, despite averaging 3 runs a game. Really, really bad offense. And then they come out and hit 5 home runs in a game and managed to lose it 12-11. The pitching staff now going south, getting some injuries. But today, they were right back in the can't hit mode. What, they have 20 strikeouts?
Yeah, 20.
20?
Over 4
strikeouts
pitchers.
Yeah,
today?
20 strikeouts, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Doug Warren's starting to look more like the team at 12-14 that you said would be 60-102.
Yeah, 20 strikeouts ties a major league record. And, you know, when Michael Fulmer got hurt, you knew that the Tigers were behind the 8 ball. I mean, he was the one guy that you had to have, try to squeeze 20 wins somehow out of him to even, you know, become respectable. And now, if the Tigers keep losing, they've lost 4, or they won 4 of the last 10 games, lost 4 in a row. You got to look in the middle of the summer. What are they going to do? Are they going to trade Castellanos? Who are they going to start moving out? Because that's what they'll do if they're not winning. So, I mean, to me, this team's rebuilding, but I think they understand that now more than the Pistons.
More than the Pistons.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they know they got to rebuild. So if Cabrera plays well this year and they can get some guys to come up and maybe they can compete, maybe they can get back on track and get to 500 and see what happens. But to me, on paper, at the beginning of the training, spring training, they just looked like a team that was going to have double-digit, triple-digit losses.
The Tigers' motto now, as they move forward, their sales pitch should be, our future doesn't suck as bad as the Pistons. Right? That's what you're saying. Okay. Tom, what can we take to the bank about this team now after a month plus of weather-impacted baseball? 2 under 500. Will they ever be over 500 again?
No, they won't. Yeah, what a weekend. They get, they have up 12 runs. They get snowed out on Saturday night, and they strike out 20 times today. No, they're 2 under 500. They will be 10 under 500 by Memorial Day. That's my declaration.
10 under
500. They're 2 under 500. They're going to slip 8 more games under 500 before Memorial Day. You watch.
So you're saying if we want to go down and see a game, we should do it in a hurry.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying the slide is happening right now.
Darian, what's your guarantee for a team that still performed better than most people expected, and you get bonus points for anything positive?
I do have something a little positive. I guarantee that the front office is kind of like what Doug said. They now understand it's rebuilding mode. I think that the reason that, again, as Doug said, they're in a better spot than the Pistons is because in baseball it takes time. And once you understand that you have to rebuild, you can do the Houston Astros 5-year plan and win the World Series. With the Pistons, you got to get a player. One player changes the game.
And the farm system, especially the pitching, looks good. We'll be right back with our Cool and Smooth Weekly Awards.
This month, the Graf Minimum Trade event is back. The best selection of SUVs, crossovers, and trucks are all on sale this month at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos. We've got a great selection of Silverados, Colorados, Equinox, Traverse, and the all-new Blazer.
Get a 2019 Equinox front-wheel drive just $186 a month, or drive a new Traverse LS just $206 a month.
The Graf Minimum Trade event, this month only. Find your new Chevy today at Graf Chevrolet, next to Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Champions.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Don't miss the return of Beat Shazam this May on Fox.
Marendorf Meats is a family-owned business with locations in Mason and Williamston, providing the highest quality meat and meat products. You'll definitely want to check out the award-winning smoked ham, bacon, and Hunter sausage, loved by all ages.
It's Truck Month at Shaheen Chevrolet, and wow, do we have the trucks.
With our spring fever pricing, the all-new Blazer and the all-new Silverado Crew Cab are both under $300 a month.
Great deals on great trucks, only at Shaheen Chevrolet.
You save more at Shaheen in 2019.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by all 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
Puck is off. Portland has a timeout. Lillard, a chance to send the Thunder home. Lillard, long-range three, and it's good! At the buzzer! Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me?
It's Dame time with a shot you'll be seeing as long as they play pro basketball. He had 50 points that night on 33 shots, we said, Tom, right? 10 threes.
Oh, God.
And Darian Harris, I don't think I've ever seen a 37-foot step back.
No, not a step back, no.
Is it too big a reach to think that might be your play of the week? And you can talk as long as you want. Go ahead.
No, I think I've said on this show many times that this is the easiest pick I've ever had. No, this might be the easiest play of the week that I've ever had to choose.
No doubt.
I had to go back and check and make sure it was still this week. It was on Tuesday, so it does count. I mean, a 37-foot step back to win a series. Second time he's won a series on a game winner. And honestly, the first time he did it might have been a tougher shot moving to his left from a few years back. But this shot was unbelievable. Paul George afterwards saying it was a bad shot. Terrible take by Paul George.
Yeah.
I mean, he's maybe for some other people, but when you're already 9 for 17 he was and you got 47 points, that's a great shot. You know, and as Damian Lillard said, as I talked about on Drive with Jack and Tom, comfortable range, I want that on an Adidas shirt. That's got to be his next one. Comfortable range. That's a great take.
You have to have
Damian
leg
Lillard.
power to do that.
Have to. Yep.
We talk about being a branding ambassador. That would be a pretty good one,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Range. Pretty good stuff. Doug Warren, what about a game of the week?
Game of the week, Wednesday night, Game 7. The Carolina Panthers upset the Washington Capitals 4-3. The third longest Game 7 in NHL history, and upset the defending Stanley Cup champions. And no division winners in the NHL made it to the second round of the playoffs. And the Carolinas rolling right now. They lead the second round series with the Islanders 2-0 after a 2-1 win today. So they're hot.
Love those Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm not much of a regular season NHL guy, but bring on the playoffs. Tom, what about our team of the week?
Well, I'm really tempted to go with the Celts today for what they did with the Bucks, but I'm going to go back to Thursday night at the Don Johnson Fieldhouse for Team Lansing Promise. What an incredible dinner! 1,000 people there.
Yep.
Jack, you got the brochure there.
Yeah.
I mean, keeping the promise. The 1,000, a number of 1,000 for scholarship kids going through that. What Kelly Dean has done, and obviously Yvonne and Justin. Incredible effort, and then to see the product, the performers, those young people. That was an awesome event Thursday night. I was happy
When
to
you
be there.
think of what it has meant here, $2.5 million raised, 250 graduates now. You talked about 1,000. Pretty special stuff. All right. For our player of the week, oh man, so many ways we can go. But we've already talked about Al Horford. We've talked about Dame. We've talked about all the guys associated with the draft. I want to talk about a guy who's had kind of a tough year, been up and down, and that is Draymond Green. You watched the game today, Mr. Efficiency, stat stuffer, 14 points on 9 shots. He led the Warriors in rebounds, including 2 gigantic offensive rebounds at the end with 9, nearly a triple-double. Also led him with 9 assists. Held P.J. Tucker scoreless in 39 minutes. And then at the end of the game, he was the one on James Harden. Was it a foul? Was it not a foul? Depends how you interpret the rule. But he didn't get thrown out of the game. Chris Paul did. So
it was a foul.
I want to thank Team 292, Tom Crawford, my longtime radio partner, Blue Belly Tom, Darian Harris. Happy graduation there, Mr. Master. And Doug Warren, Lions Today. You don't have anything to complain about for another week. We'll be right back next Sunday.